Okay guys, hello again. As promised, I'm going to try and update my content every day if possible, with as much as possible. Managed to get 7 vids up yesterday on the first day, so today on day 2 going to go again, full rank games. I put a thread up on the Stratego general discussion for multiplayer, mentioning about my channel, so hopefully we can get it to grow a little bit. I've got 3 subscribers now, so thanks very much for whoever subscribed, and 1 like on 1 video, so thanks for that as well. And I've already connected with 7Cs and Don't Cry, which are 2 of the platinum players from Stratego.com, so I'm hoping to get a game with them at some point and film that, obviously put it up on the channel so people can see and learn a little bit maybe from the way the platinum players play. But I dare say they won't show us their setups, so we'll just have to kind of pick up what we can from it. But yeah, I'm going to go into a rank game. I'm on a bronze general, still aiming to get to silver. I'm not well, I'm hoping we can still crack that. I didn't manage to crack it in yesterday's. Okay, and we're going up against a silver player today, so that's going to be a tough one to start with, but let's see. You never know, I mean, I have beaten silver players before. This doesn't seem to be the correct setup that I had yesterday, so I think I need to tweak this a little bit. I changed the bombs around so that it was totally sort of bombed in, because I had a couple of incidences where it wasn't quite working well. I also want to get this miner kind of shuffled a little bit, really. Because I found that he wasn't really, I was finding myself lacking miners over that side at the right time, you know. So we're going to go with it a little bit tweaks like this. And let's see, yeah, I've got a feeling I'm going to struggle a bit because, I don't know, it just doesn't look quite right over there, the setup. I really need to kind of have a close look at this. But let's see, you know, you never know. Better to be optimistic than pessimistic. So I'm going in the opening move, and he's taking that with a scout there. So, I mean, what that would do is normally lead me to believe that there's going to be another piece to take over there. Okay, so he's going to take his take it with a scout. So what I might do is then I'll just bring my major back here, and I'm going to shuffle along now and bring up another piece here. So if he wants to sort of go ahead and take that, then he's got an unknown piece here, which potentially, you know, could be anything. So if he wants to take that risk, that's fine. I'm going to push up again now with this one, and go ahead here with a captain, and I think, yeah, based on what's just happened in the middle row, I think what I'm going to do is take this plunge up here with the major, but what I might do is I'm going to use this scout first, just in case he's got it bombed off. There's no point wasting a major against a bomb, so I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so yeah, I made a bit of a mistake there. I lost track of it there, where I should have maybe kind of moved that into more of a defensive position, but that's fine. What we can do is we start moving up here with another scout, and then I think what I may do with this lieutenant, pull him back for the time being, because he's moved this piece out here. I've got a feeling this is going to be a big piece, and I've sort of learned that I need to sort of play a bit more cautiously with pieces that have kind of served their purpose to a certain degree. I don't want to kind of go steaming in and losing them. I find that's probably been not doing me a great deal of good, because I sort of do that and then I find myself at some games getting outnumbered. So I'm finding myself not wanting to do that these days. So I think what I may do, he's moved that over, so I wonder if I could snag that. I think what I may do is go in now with the lieutenant. Okay, that's fine. So he knows that's my major now. So I think I'm going to go for this here because he's kind of bluffing with that. I feel the bluff with that move. Now he may well have it covered here, which is fine. Oh no, he hasn't. Okay, well that's interesting. That is interesting because you know, this is part and parcel of why I tend to have my majors there. So I'm going to move my lieutenant over here now and just see if we can get a grip on this piece here. Okay, that's a captain, so I should have not bought that bluff. So yeah, he's a player that's inclined to bluff here, so that's interesting. Might have to kind of think about that moving forward and just go for things a little bit more, because you know, once you sort of get that vibe from someone, then you can 9 times out of 10 I would say, look, you see here now, I can just storm in now with this major. Now it has been one of my sort of more common things that I've been, oh no, he's got a bomb there this time. Now that is unfortunate. Well, where I got lucky this side, I've got unlucky this side, so not to worry. I mean, like I say, I've tended to kind of want to go in with my majors because I find that, you know, you can snag a couple of captains and stuff like that in there. So okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to start moving my minor over here then, because he's got this bombed off now. So let's have a look why he's got that bombed off, see what he's got hiding behind there. Could be that that's where his flag's going to be, so we may find that you know, it'll do us good that. So okay, let's go with this. I'm going to, if the worst comes to the worst, I'm going to exchange my major. But hopefully he won't come through here because he'll think there's a colonel lurking. But yeah, thanks once again for everyone that's watched the videos, and I hope you enjoy the content, and I hope my commentary sort of is nicely lively enough, and I'll sort of probably get more and more warmed up and used to it as I go along, and you know, hopefully I won't be sort of thinking too much out loud, in the sense where I'm kind of umming and ahhing with respect to my moves. So yeah, I'm hoping that you find the commentary entertaining as I go along. And yeah, feel free to comment, like, and please subscribe. You know, I'd like to get this to grow, and you know, to see how far it can, how big it can get. And I mean, I know it's a small community at the moment with Stratego, but I think it's one of those things where, you know, there'll always be a following as the generations sort of go on, you know. So I'm thinking this is possibly going to be a bluff, so I'm going to go for this one. Oh no, it's a colonel. Perhaps I should have waited. Oh well, not to worry. That's 2 of my majors down now. What I may do is start to bluff that colonel with a lower piece, and try and get him to think that I'm coming up with my general here. And yeah, if the worst comes to worst, what that will happen is that will flush out a scout there. And what we can do is, again, we can pretend that we're just making space here, and you know, get him worried a little bit that this could be the general coming up here now, making space. Is he going to buy the bluff? Oh, we've got a scout here. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to get him to still be convinced about this, or at least interested to find out what it is. And then it's unfortunate, I've not got anything really to cover it other than this colonel, so perhaps what I might do is drag it down a little bit. Yeah, I've had to lose a minor there, but that's no problem. It's a shame really, I don't really want to expose my colonel on this side so quick, but that's fine. We're going to have to go with that because I don't want to lose the other marshal, the other minor, and I don't want to reveal my general. So that's fine. We're going to carry on now then with this minor up here. And see what we can achieve. Now, it could be that, you know, this could be his marshal, and it could be that that's already covered over there. So I think what I'll do is I'll just leave that there for the time being, and maybe just move up with Colonel. Actually, I think I'm going to move over now with this Lieutenant, because he's sort of not needed over here at this point. He's got that Major there, and I think if we can try and get him to lose a piece, sort of trying to chase this miner. So let's see what's going to happen here. Okay, and I'm going to carry on again with my miner up here. So I think I'm going to go for this one. Yeah, I had a feeling that this was a smaller piece. And I think I'm going to go again back to this side. It looks like he's determined to trade here for that. So I think what I may do is just move down this way now. I'm going to have to make sure I cover my spy there, because you know, I don't want that exposed. You see, that's just potentially what can happen. So I'm just going to keep bringing up these pieces in here, and make sure that my spy is still covered to a certain degree. It's sort of flushing out these pieces here. Okay, now that's his last scout, which is fine. You know, I like to flush out these scouts as quick as possible, because you know, it gives me the opportunity then to sort of use my scouts more effectively later in the game. But it's a shame. I didn't really want to expose my Marshal so quickly, but he could be potentially coming in now with a Marshal to do a trade. You know, he may be one of these players that kind of works on the numbers game. So let's go and see. Okay, so no, that's his general there. So that's interesting. I think I'm going to have to kind of move my spy now to get out of the way. And let's see, we may be able to get him pinned in here. And it's quite a bold move for him to come in like that. Let's see what we can do here. I wonder if I'm going to be able to sort of trap his general here. He may start retreating. Now what I may do is I may be able to sort of find out where his spy is here, because he did seem to sort of bring this. I'm trying to think where that general actually started from. I think I'm going to check out this piece that's covering this colonel. Wow, I've managed to find his spy there. Now that is a great bit of luck there. And he hasn't even taken my scout, so I've managed to get two great moves out of that. So that's great. I'm going to have to be careful with that advantage. I don't want to sort of throw that away unnecessarily. I've got a feeling this could be his Marshal coming in now. So what I'm going to do is just get my spy into a more comfortable position here. And I think what I'm going to do is just anticipate that coming in there now. Now I think that it potentially could be his Marshal there, and I think he's looking like he's wanting to come straight in here. Now it's going to be a bit of a risk if I try and go for it, because he could be bluffing it as his Marshal, or he could be wanting to trade straight away. I think, to be honest, I do think it is his Marshal, but it's an incredible risk to go ahead with my spy straight away there. But I think it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one here. Let's see, what's the best thing to do here? I think he's been selling me a lot of bluffs up to this point, but I think on this occasion, I think that I think we're going to go for it on this one. I think we're going to, if he moves that in there, then I think I may go ahead with this being the okay, so he's moved that away there, so I think that, you know, he's obviously saying there that he you know, it looks more likely that that is going to be his marshal there. Yeah, I was right. So he didn't want to take the trade there. Well, he wanted he didn't go ahead with it because I was probably going to take that risk there, that was his marshal. So let's see now. I want to try and get my general over there. And now my spy is under threat here, so I think if he's going to do it, yeah, he's going to take this now, the exchange here, which is not ideal, but you know, I think that well, that was the sort of option I was faced with. Now, do I really particularly want to trade? He's up 2 colonels on me, so I don't really want to have to trade, but I don't think I'm really going to have much choice at this point. What I may need to do is to trade this one and then get my general up there, try and get some of these moving pieces. He's going to come up now with his general, probably. Let's go in with my miner over here now. I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate that he wanted to do that trade after I was so lucky getting the spy there. I sort of anticipated it, but I didn't really manage to get myself in good positions with regard to that. So let's see what we can achieve down here. I'm going to try and sort of flush him round now, and then obviously see what we can achieve. And try and get some of these pieces here. Now that's handy. I've got one of his majors back there. We've got a captain over here, which I'm going to try and snag as well. Let's see if we can get anywhere with that. We may have to do a bit of chasing. I've got a feeling this could be his other colonel over here, which I may find that I'm going to need to sort of chase down. But what I'm hoping is that I'm going to be able to sort of get him either running into a bomb or running back round towards his colonel, in which case I'm hoping that I can sort of get it from there. If the worst comes to worst, he's going to run into my other colonel over there, which will be fine. Now I don't want to lose track of where his general's gone now. I might have just gone blank a bit there. I think this is where he moved his general to. His colonel was over here. So I'm going to try and see if I can press on them. See what I can get going here. Now it looks as though he's not gonna let me chase either of these 2 pieces. So what I may need to do is perhaps let's try going around the other way. See what I can achieve this way. Because at the moment I think, you know, I need to be in this position where I'm using my general for him to chase me, and then what I can do then is I can then, you know, use my general to gain on his other pieces. I'm not quite sure where his other colonel is at this point, but I think we can probably rest assured that it, I would like to think it's over this side, but I'm not 100% convinced. So I think what I might need to do is just to kind of play it carefully for the time being, and then let's see if we can get somewhere with the other pieces. Excuse the cat again there, making himself known again. That's lucky there that he didn't snag the kernel out of the two there, because I think, you know, it could have been a situation there where, well, he's looking to trade. He's definitely looking to trade at every opportunity. So I really could use getting one of his one of his majors back again. It looks like he's going to trade, so yeah, okay. So I think I'm going to need to go again now and try and get one of his majors if possible, and hopefully what I can do is get him pinned in one of these areas, because otherwise, you know, I'm going to find myself sort of having to chase down dead ends here. I think what I need to perhaps do is to try and get my two pieces in that area up there where I can sort of get them pinned in, and then see what I can achieve with that. I'm hoping that this will be another major up here, in which case, you know, that will sort of help balance things out a bit for me. I'm not sure what's the best way to go about this. Don't particularly want to lose me kernel for, so I'm going to move out now with this one, and then pull that one back, and then let's see if I can get snag a piece from him, you know, while I'm kind of doing this. Let's see. I could do with maybe trying to launch an attack to actually sort of get to his bomb, to his flag, which could potentially be in any of these wedges here. I think I'm going to move this over so that I can now start again over this side. Go and attack this moving piece here. I'm going to pull back there because I don't want to end up in a 2 square rule situation here. We're going to see if we can try and achieve something down here. It's possible that this could be his kernel coming in here, but we're going to see. We're going to see exactly what's going on here. I think that I'll just move this one over so that I can use my scout to find out. And if it's his kernel, then obviously I don't want to necessarily do that trade until I get another one of his majors, and then you know, sort of go from there really. If I can get another one of his majors, then it kind of brings us a little bit more level. You see now we've got. Now I'm getting convinced here now that a majority of his back row here is not actually going to be bombs, other than those ones that I can see, or that look like wedges, you know. So I'm quite happy about that. I might try and start bringing up a miner up here now, and then what that may allow me to do is to try and kind of come in around the other side, and then hopefully can sort of launch some form of attack here, because otherwise I'm going to find myself in a bit of a position where, you know, I'm not going to be able to achieve a great deal. Let's see, is this one is bombed in as well? Oh no, okay. So I'm not convinced that he's got a wedge there. No, that's strange. I know his other colonels here. His general, oh no, his general is there, so he's trying to get me to fall into a trap there, which I'm not going to fall into. So what I think I might do is I'll try and press ahead with my miner here, and let's see what we can achieve. I think, yeah, he's going to be one of these players that's going to make it awkward for me to actually get across that lane there with a miner. I know he's got his captains. I mean, to be honest, it's going to be very, very difficult here for me to get any progress. Just trying to establish where his bomb could, where his flag could be. So let's say, for instance, his flag is there. I know I've got it. I mean, potentially what I could do is look to sort of trade now, because I've got the advantage in the sense where my colonel is up that end of the board. I'm wondering if that's going to be my best strategy at this point, and then try and sort of go for this here, because otherwise what we may find is I'm going to end up not being able to yeah, I think that's going to be my strategy here. I'm going to try and do the exchange now, and use it to my advantage that I've got my miner and my colonel up there. He's not going to allow that to happen by the look of it, so what I may need to do is try and scoot round the other side. Let's see what's going to happen here. Now I know he's got a miner over there, so I could potentially go in and snag that if I want to. I think, let's see, if he's going to chase me this way, then that's fine. You know, I can go ahead here now with this miner. I know I've got the colonel in place here. And we can start kind of trying to swoop down here. Now, I've got to try and really work out where his flag is as soon as possible, because I think what I might do is start getting my colonel over this side, because what I want to try and do obviously is try and cover my miner if possible, so that I can get him over there and try and maybe attack this other wedge over here. Try and get my miner in there to do a bit of damage before you know, he manages to take all my other pieces, because the thing is, as I say, I'm 2 majors down here, so unless I can get one of those majors back pretty sharpish, I'm going to find myself running out of pieces. So yeah, I need to really get myself in I've made a bit of a mistake there, but that's okay. He's let me off. That's very fortunate. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, if I start approaching Nig again around the other side, perhaps. What I may be able to do is get this miner to come up with me on this side now. But it's going to be difficult to get my miner over there. Let's see what how he's gonna move. Yeah, he's gonna move down here now. So I think that's quite a good idea there, because what I can start to do is try and pin him down there. Hopefully he's gonna carry on moving down now. Yeah. So that's fine. That's what I want really, because now I can then start to look to get my miner up there past him. Oh no, he's not going to go down again. So I think what I'm going to do is look to try and shuffle that. Let's see what I can get him to do here. No, he's not going to let that miner get through there, so you know, I think I've found myself a bit outnumbered against a good enough player that knows what he needs to do. So maybe this might be my best chance here, is to it's going to be difficult now. Difficult to get my miner across there now. I mean, I'm looking at that and thinking that, well, that's definitely his bomb up. He's definitely his flag up there. Perhaps, yeah, I think it's basically GG really. It's going to be very difficult for me to get this miner across here unless he makes a mistake here. I guess the only other way is if I mean, I think my last gasp effort here is going to be to try and get a sneaky past him here by doing an exchange, and sort of getting his piece out of the way just so I can have a mad dash for it. I think that's going to be my last effort here to achieve this. That's strange, he's decided to do that rather than the exchange straight away. So let's go around this side. I mean, what I might try and do is a little bit of a bluff here to try and get him to think that my miner's going and outflanking him here. And then that way, if it can drag that piece out of the way now, I can then move up again here, do the exchange, and then maybe I've got a last dash at it. Oh, I don't know quite why he wanted to. Well, he did that obviously because he's thinking that that's my miner. So that's unfortunate. So I guess I'm going to have to. Maybe try and do it this way for the time being, and then what I can do is hopefully get him pinned in some way myself. No, it's going to be very difficult. I think this is one of those situations. He's probably got his two majors this side now. He's got his colonel here and a captain here. My last miner's in a position really where I'm kind of pinned in now. He's not going to buy any of the bluffs that I'm going to need, and then it's going to be very tricky to actually get this miner out now. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure. I think perhaps maybe I can make a dash for one of these majors as a last resort, and then hopefully, you know, I may be able to just at least salvage something from it, and then that way, you know, at least I can maybe try and just salvage that little bit of something from the game, you know. So let's see where we're going to go from here. I mean, I think he's got 1, 2, 3 bombs. I've done a fourth. So we've got another 2 lurking. So let's see what we can achieve here. I think what I'm going to have to do is try and sort of bluff out this this miner if possible. Because otherwise I've not really got much choice of trying to get him out there really, so yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough game for me to now sort of get back anything. I think that he's managed to get himself in a position here where I'm going to struggle to really get my miner out. Yeah, well, he's gone for the miner this time, so it's going to be very difficult now to actually get anywhere really. I think that's GG, guys. I think that maybe just better off for me to kind of surrender at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to surrender at this point, guys, with a little bit of dignity. Hope you enjoyed the game anyway, and yeah, I'll see you real soon. Bye.